Al Capone, a name that has become synonymous with organized crime and the dark underbelly of American history, began his journey far from the glitz and glamour of illegal speakeasies and notorious nightclubs. Born in 1899 in the rough neighborhoods of Brooklyn to Italian immigrant parents, Capone's early life was marked by the struggles of a working-class family. The streets of Brooklyn, teeming with the hustle and bustle of immigrant life, offered both challenges and opportunities that would shape his future. Dropping out of school at a young age, Capone found himself drawn to the allure of street life. He joined the infamous 5 Points Gang, where he learned the ropes of the criminal world from seasoned gangsters like Johnny Torrio, who would later become his mentor and guide. Seeking greater opportunities, Capone moved to Chicago, a city ripe with potential for those willing to bend the rules. There, he quickly ascended the ranks of the Chicago outfit, transforming the city into a battleground for bootlegging operations during the Prohibition era. His rise to power was swift and ruthless, marking the beginning of his reign as one of America's most notorious mobsters. Capone's arrival in Chicago marked a turning point. Under Torrio's guidance, he mastered bootlegging, gambling, and extortion. When Torrio was injured, Capone seized the opportunity, consolidating his power and eliminating rivals. The Chicago Beer Wars saw Capone systematically eliminate his rivals, securing his position. Capone cultivated an image of a benevolent benefactor, masking the brutality of his rise to power. Capone's grip on Chicago extended to its political and law enforcement structures. He manipulated the system through bribery and corruption, with city officials, police officers, and judges on his payroll. Those who couldn't be bought were intimidated into silence. Capone's influence permeated every level of governance, allowing him to operate with near impunity. This corruption eroded public trust in law enforcement and government. Capone's reign left an indelible stain on Chicago's history. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre stands as a chilling testament to Capone's ruthlessness. This brutal event is etched in the annals of American crime history, forever marking February 14, 1929, as a day of infamy. On that fateful day, 7 members of the North Side Gang were gunned down in cold blood. The massacre was a calculated move in the ongoing gang war between Capone's South Side Gang and the North Side Gang led by Bugs Moran. The massacre, orchestrated by Capone's men, shocked the nation and shattered his benevolent image. Newspapers across the country splashed the gruesome details on their front pages, capturing the public's horrified fascination. The brazen act exposed the brutal reality of Capone's reign. It revealed the lengths to which he would go to maintain his grip on power and eliminate his rivals. The massacre turned public opinion against Capone and intensified the federal government's resolve to bring him down. The public, once enamored with his Robin Hood persona, now saw him as a ruthless criminal. It signaled a turning point, galvanizing law enforcement to dismantle Capone's empire. The massacre was a catalyst for the federal government to take more aggressive action, ultimately leading to Capone's arrest and conviction for tax evasion. The Untouchables, led by Eliot Ness, were tasked with dismantling Capone's empire. They focused on his financial dealings, building a case of tax evasion. In 1931, their efforts culminated in Capone's arrest and trial. Despite attempts to sway the jury, Capone was found guilty and sentenced to 11 years in federal prison. This effectively ended his reign over Chicago's underworld. Capone's imprisonment marked the end of an era, symbolizing the fall of one of America's most notorious gangsters. His time in Alcatraz was a stark contrast to his days of power and influence. His rise and fall serve as a cautionary tale of organized crime and corruption. Capone's empire, built on illegal activities during Prohibition, showcased the extent of his reach and the impact of his criminal network on society. Released from prison in 1939 due to deteriorating health, Capone died in 1947. His final years were marked by illness and a significant decline from his former self, reflecting the ultimate price of his criminal lifestyle. Despite his end, Capone's life continues to fascinate, inspiring countless books, films, and shows. His story has been romanticized and scrutinized, making him a lasting figure in popular culture. He remains a symbol of the Roaring Twenties and the contradictions of the American dream. Capone's lavish lifestyle and public persona contrasted sharply with the violence and corruption that underpinned his success. His story is a reminder of the fragility of societal order and the battle against corruption. The legacy of Al Capone serves as a powerful example of how crime can infiltrate and disrupt the fabric of society and the ongoing efforts required to combat it.